At the moment, I'm working on a number of different projects. I worked on a project with a composer. This was right before I came to Canada, so this was in 2000, where we collaborated on a piece that was part of a festival where composers and poets were brought together to create new works that were eventually performed at this festival at Lincoln Center. And I'm hoping to get back into doing more collaborative work with music and poetry. I'm also working on a collaborative project with a poet in New York who we've now written about 25 poems that are all based on the creation story from the book of Genesis and about Adam and Eve and Lilith. And we've had a number of those published, and we're working toward creating a chapbook of those poems. So these poems are we've written them collaboratively over, I'd say, about 5 years, and we just go back and forth. We've written them online. When I go to New York, I see her and we work in person, but mostly we've done them digitally, and we speak on Skype and we read them aloud together. I'm also working on a memoir project that deals with some of my family's history, which is something that I only recently, in the last 5 or 6 years, found out about. A number of my relatives being in a mass grave in the Ukraine, and this was something that I never knew about and no one in my family spoke about. But I do have a cousin who's done a lot of work on this, and we've been in touch. And so I'm working on a memoir project that deals both with my own personal history as well as with my family's history. And I also had an uncle who was a poet in Poland, where my father was born and his family was living. So I'm trying to get some of his poems to translate into English to include in this project as well. And I'm hoping now actually to get back into doing some photography and doing some sort of work where there'll be multimedia projects where the photography will go with the poetry somehow. I haven't conceptualized exactly how it's going to work, but I'm feeling pulled back toward doing some black and white photography, which I'm glad that I'm moving back in that direction, because I've missed it over the years. So these are projects that are all sort of in the works now.